Try this again.
Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do
Amateurs.
it live.
Brought to you by
Stinking
Hard
amateurs.
Hat Booze, balls, and bad decisions.
Good-hearted, just let us love, let us do what we want to do. Booze, balls, bad decisions.
You know,
We
Chad,
gave AJ one job.
One job.
Chad, it's amazing we even had a show last week without you.
I don't know how you did it.
I don't really
know
know either. I really don't.
I don't have a clue.
I
I
mean-
mean, put the monkeys at the controls, and we still somehow
Bad things are going to happen. That's right.
That is no joke.
I
Welcome,
mean, hey,
everybody.
yeah, those of you guys that are listening, if you're listening live on Wednesday night or you're listening Saturday morning on 105.1 ESPN Paris, we desperately need a producer.
Help.
Somebody out there
And
knows a
cool.
nerd.
Producer.
They got a college kid. They got a high school kid that is good with this stuff. Send them our way.
Producer with really loose quotes around it. Like you'll work for a free
did he
t-shirt. and hat. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll
yeah.
hook you up with a free T-shirt, a hat.
T-shirts and
T-shirts,
hats.
hats.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we'll throw
Speaking
some
of, man,
booze
did you
at
guys
you
see
and your
these
buddies.
t-shirts?
I mean, yeah.
People out there watching, you see these T-shirts? Holy Moses! Look at those
Fire.
things.
Look
And
at
I'm just got a cowboy shirt on.
I mean, we
Sorry,
even
no
got
big deal.
pink on. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
because so listen, we are here on Booze Balls and Bad Decisions. We are all about breast cancer awareness
Absolutely,
on the
we
show.
are.
And so tonight
Absolutely.
we are wearing our pink. Two of us are. One of us lives too far away to get his shirt in time. But
I
yeah,
will
we're all-
have it.
He'll have it
we
for
have
next
our
week.
we have our pink Booze Balls and Bad Decisions shirts on because we are all about breasts cancer awareness here.
AJ needs another drink.
Oh,
AJ
my
is taking
gosh.
the booze part of Booze Balls and Bad Decisions very seriously tonight.
Absolutely.
It's kid show, radio, kid show.
It's
Can't
kid
say.
show.
right.
Can't say.
Hey, welcome in. Benny, you want to tell us who our fine sponsor is since you got the black hat on tonight?
Absolutely. Love this hat. The Hard At It Hat Company, hardatithatco.com. Check them out. AJ's got the Lions hat on. They've redone the OU, the Norman hat. It's got a new design now.
Oh, really?
Different brand of hat. There it is right there.
So it's the same patch, Chad. So
Yep.
Hard At It just
Hold
sent
that
me
thing
this.
out there.
Yeah, so hold on. Let me take this out of the package.
Okay.
So Hard At It just delivered this to us the other day. It's so they took the patch that's on your hat, Chad. So
I like it.
this awesome PVC Norman patch, but they put it on the little bit more relaxed hat that I'm wearing for the Lions hat. So yours that
dig
you're
it.
wearing, so flip yours around, Chad. Yours is a little bit more of the flat bill like Benny's,
Yep.
the flat bill style. Right. All they did was they took the patch, put it on the more relaxed fit like I'm wearing,
Yep.
and boom.
Fire.
So
That's awesome. I'm gonna have to order one of those for sure.
yeah. So
I mean, I
the-
said it last week, guys. I mean, I was down at OU, Texas, and I bet I saw at least 25 of those down there. It was awesome. So
I
That's
love it.
awesome.
you guys that are listening, check them out. hardatithatco.com, Oklahoma business. Use promo code BOOZE. So promo code BOOZE will get you 10% off for all of your hats. They have hoodies, some really cool T-shirts. I really want that Oilers. I mean, it's an old
knew
Derek.
you liked
I mean,
the old
God,
Derek
I
one.
really want that back
So
in stock.
It's
It's
still out of
cool.
stock.
every
I put-
time it comes up, boom, sold out. So
for the folks like me that love watching bad football, they have a Stilly hat coming, an OSU hat on the way. So as soon as that hits the store, I'm ordering some. Can't wait. So you guys have your Norman hats. I'll have my Stilly hat. What's cool about this hat right here in my hand, right, the new style Norman hat, he doesn't know it yet, but next week's guest on the show, he's getting this hat.
He's a Hall of Famer too.
Hall
Yeah.
of Famer.
So super stoked. Next week on the show, we're going to have Jim Reagan. Jim Reagan, he's on the radio here in Durant, in the Durant area, KSEO, KLBC. He is the radio voice for my Durant Lions. So Jim single-handedly does all the radio broadcasting for basketball, baseball, football, softball.
Tough
And
job.
he's
Tough job.
So a couple weeks ago, last week,
He does a great job at it, man.
does an awesome
Great job at it.
One-man show. Last week, we put him into the Durant Athletics Hall of Fame, and we're going to have him on the show next week, talking Durant Athletics, and hopefully talking about tomorrow night. My Lions have a huge game.
Yeah, big one coming up this week.
So we travel to district rival tomorrow night. We travel up to McAllister for a crappy Thursday night game. Hate these Thursday night games, but they are what they are. We go up there, play MAC, and for the Lions and MAC both, win that game, and you control your own destiny to playoffs. Lose that game,
Love
you're
it.
on the outside looking in. Probably not a real good shot to the playoffs. Winner of that game, own your own destiny. And so we've talked about it before, right? It's been years and years of bad football for my Durant Lions. This year we are playing great football. So to even be talking about, hey, what are our playoff chances? It's freaking awesome, guys.
Love it.
right?
So obviously I'm up in Ada. I mean, you guys know that. But what about the did we get the bus situation figured out? Are we going to have the kids there? We're going to have the band there. We're going to have
man,
Did we get that worked out yet?
The Durant Lions, right? So again, right, years of bad football. I'll tell you what, the Durant faithful always travel well. Even in one seasons, Durant travels well, right? So now we have good football being played. So we are obviously traveling well. We will have a spirit bus full of students at the game. Our
Nice.
kid will be there.
Nice.
It will be everything you want in high school football tomorrow night in McAllister.
Love
Both teams playing with something on the line. District rivalry. Both bands, student section will be there. It'll be awesome, right? So
It'll be a great time.
I'll be worthless tomorrow because I'll be looking forward
Hey,
heading up to McAllister for the football game. I can't wait.
that's right. Nothing
It's
wrong
gonna be
with that.
fun. It's gonna be fun for sure.
Love it.
I
good
can't wait to
stuff.
watch and listen to Jim.
In case you can't,
Um,
I'm ready to go, baby.
It's gonna be a good-
I
it's
love
funny to
it.
see AJ get go so pumped up. So I got a question for you, AJ, real quickly on the Stilly hat. Does it say Stillwater or Stilly?
I don't know. I haven't seen it
Oh,
yet. I
okay.
know it's
Good to
coming. I've talked to Hard at it. I know they're making it. I assume it'll say Stillwater. It'd be even cooler if it says Stilly. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
As soon
Yeah,
as it
maybe
hits the store, he's gonna let me know. I'm ordering some up. And I mean, you guys don't care, right? But
No,
I-
yeah,
so-
dude,
I think it's
you
awesome.
guys know me. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the game, and any good hat, I'm a fan of. So,
I got since we're talking
ready
about
for it.
this as Oklahoma fans and OSU fans, I got a question for you, just real quickly. So next year, OU and OSU are not going to be in the same conference anymore. So
Yep.
Benny, this is I guess it's for everybody. Do you cheer for OSU in the big conference, and
I do
AJ,
not.
do you cheer for Oklahoma in the SEC?
So I mean, you guys. So sorry, Benny. Like you
Question of
guys
the day.
already know this. I'm a very agnostic college football fan, right?
You're an
so
agnostic everything.
I know. But so I mean, I like the Cowboys because I live there. I mean, I went to a small college. Didn't go to OU, OSU. I lived in Stillwater, so my kids growing up there, I root for Stillwater because I live there, right? But when they don't play, of course, I want the Sooners to win. I mean, I love to make fun of you guys when they don't win, but I couldn't care less, right?
See, I
mean,
can't
so
do it.
I want
I
both
can't do
teams to
it.
win.
I mean, I just my fanhood does not allow for it. I mean, my personality doesn't. I'm all in or I'm all out, and I don't care if OSU ever wins another game. To be honest with you, I really don't. I really don't. I hope Texas loses every game from now on. I hope A&M. I hope USC. I hate them all. I mean, I don't. And I'm the same way with the NFL as well. I mean, you guys know me. I mean, it's Cowboys or bust. I watch the games because I'm invested with fantasy football and other things, but I never want to see the Steelers win another game. I never want to see the Eagles win another game. I mean, that's just who I am.
It's funny because I'm with college football. I hate Texas. I'm indifferent with OSU. Like I'm like, I don't know. I'm just kind of indifferent. I've gone to a couple of OSU games where we went to go watch an OSU game with Will and man, I had a blast. Had a great time. The fans are fantastic. The stadium atmosphere is fun. It's very kitschy. I don't know if that's the word. Lots of videos. Lots of
My thing with
engineered
them
excitement.
it's not good football. It hasn't been. Good
I loved it.
football. I
I
mean,
loved
it's just, but that's what they do. They create an atmosphere. They do the alternate uniforms. Gundy grows the mullet. I mean, it's anything that they can possibly do to not focus on the actual game being played. And kudos to them because it works with that fan base. It works with their merchandise. It works with everything. So I mean,
Right.
Gundy dancing like a ridiculous fool in the locker room when you beat Kansas. I mean, dude, come on.
Right.
I mean,
So it works
you
for
have to be better than that.
it works for a fan base that went to school there, right? That is
Yeah.
emotionally invested in the school. and emotionally invested in the football team again because they attended college at Oklahoma State University, whereas a bunch of rubes that picked Oklahoma because I live in the state and they're good, so that's my team. Go Gooners! Right?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I mean it's two
Good
totally
Lord, that
different
turned
things.
quickly.
And like,
Oh
and so
my
saying that it's
gosh.
manufactured, no, it's people that want to be there, that choose to drive all the hell the way to Stillwater, Oklahoma for football on a Saturday versus picking, I like front runners, so go Gooners.
Now, when I said it's manufactured,
Totally different.
when I said it's manufactured, I'm talking about the stadium experience. The way they do things is, and honestly, I said the last time we played Bedlam there 2 years ago, I said I wish OU did more stuff like that. They show the videos up there with Pistol Pete and it's animation coming. I love that stuff. It gets the crowd into it. They love
Well,
it.
it does.
It's
It
not-
gets like just like AJ
OU
said, it
fans
gets-
in between quarters, it gets boring.
Yeah.
It just does. You hear the band play, and that's kind of all we got.
So, I mean,
winning
here's the
football
deal
games
with
get
that.
boring. I know.
With
It's-
In
this-
between quarters, there's not a lot going on. OSU makes it more of a professional atmosphere, I think. I think they do a great job with that. I enjoy going to OSU games, even outside of Bedlam. Sorry, that's where I was going with that. I was trying to be
Bedlam-
complimentary,
no, so
AJ.
Bedlam, I mean, this is it for Bedlam. I mean, we got Bedlam coming up in a couple of weeks, and this is going to be it for a very long time. I mean, you know,
Unfortunately,
Oklahoma State has already released, statement after statement after statement saying that, well, this game is not important to us going forward. It's not. We're not looking to schedule this.
lip service.
Of course it is. Of course it's lip service.
Yeah.
So,
Of course.
so
that's the
let's
biggest money making weekend of every 2
Yeah.
years for those.
let's lay it down right now. How long do we think until it's back on the schedule for both?
It's going to be a while.
10 years
No,
of it.
well,
At least 10 years.
I bet it's 10
Look at
years.
A&M in Texas, dude. They played
Bowl.
every Friday after Thanksgiving for 80-something years. A&M
I think
bowls. That's it. It's over. I mean,
It's
I mean, just
different.
because schedules are made out so far in advance,
A&M and
man.
Texas, that rivalry, whoa, that is a bigger rivalry than OU OSU. I promise you. Promise you.
I mean, I agree with AJ on that one. But that one is a little different because both A&M, I'm not trying to be rude towards OSU here, but both A&M and Texas brought in enough opponents, and like Benny said a minute ago, they brought money to the community.
Yep.
I mean, really, OSU, who's bringing the money into the community like Oklahoma does?
right.
So I think it's
Yeah,
going
right.
to be.
No,
I think
so
it's
I
going to be a
totally
little
agree.
bit because everybody's ticked off a little bit about it. But I think
Yep.
I think within 10 years, that 7 to 12 year time frame is when we'll be
4
playing.
years. 4 years.
I hope
4
you're right,
years.
man.
I mean, I don't.
Because
I
I
would-
mean, we're talking
I'll
about
take the over.
two different dynamics between the state of Oklahoma and the state of Texas, right? So in 4 years, because I mean, again, the state of Texas and what goes on in Texas is different than Oklahoma.
OSU needs this
No-
game more than OU does. I
Nothing
promise you that.
happens in Oklahoma. Nothing, right? Nothing happens. So NFL football for Oklahoma is OU football, and for
But
a
you got to
small
think
con-
about it. So when you go to the SEC, you're going to have 2 non-conference games. That's it. There's 2 non-conference games, and that's it. And so
Right.
your third non-conference game is that trash week
11
9,
or whatever it is, yeah.
Jackson State or whatever it is that every SEC
Citadel.
team plays. So that's going to be OU's one of their non-conference games. So the other 2, I mean, I don't see.
I
don't
mean,
see
I
there being room
realize
for it.
I
mean,
realize
just really don't.
non-conference games are booked for the next decade. I get it,
Yeah.
right? So home and home, I get it, but those are also broken at the drop of a hat. I'm telling you, in 4 years, Bedlam
I'll
will be
take the
renewed.
over. I'll take the
I'll
over.
take the over on that too.
Okay,
I'll
yeah.
take the over.
I just
So-
think it means too much for the state, right? So saying
It
that
doesn't
Texas
mean anything to the state of Oklahoma in terms of OU fans and Norman. OU does not need that game. You now get Alabama at home. You get LSU at home. You get
fair.
Florida
That's
at
fair.
home.
No,
you get
totally
Ole Miss
fair.
at home. You don't need Oklahoma State coming into town on a random, August day whenever you have a non-conference. They don't need
So
OU doesn't need it.
commercially, I agree. Commercially, I agree. But from a booster standpoint, boosters, the donor standpoint, I'm sorry, booster high school. From a donor standpoint, donors want Bedlam, right? And so the people stroking the big checks every year to the foundation, they want Bedlam. It's a big deal to Oklahoma. I'm just telling you. If it is 10 years, holy crap.
It'll be 10
I
years.
bet it's 10
Yeah.
years.
It'll
Okay.
be 10 years.
So
I put it at 4 years. I'll stick to that. I mean, I know you guys both took the over. I'll take 4 years or under. We'll see. I mean,
Mark it down.
the show probably won't be going in 4 years, but we'll still be buddies in
All right,
4
we'll
years.
still be friends.
yeah, we'll still be
yeah.
friends.
So
Yeah.
we can go back to this. I just can't fathom. I just cannot fathom in 4 years still having no OSU OU. I just can't. No Bedlam.
It'll
think
be
it's gonna
weird.
happen.
It'll be weird,
it's
but I
gonna
think it's
happen.
going to happen too. So real quickly before we go into next week's guest, everything we didn't one of the games we didn't preview on here, and since we're talking about OU and OSU, OU UCF this weekend, good game. But I'll tell you a big game for Oklahoma State is West Virginia this week. That is
It
a
is.
huge game
Yep.
for OSU.
Yep.
So just real quickly, if you're listening on 105.1, I think it's going to come on right after we get off
Yeah,
the air.
it's
Actually,
11 o'clock kickoff, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Yep.
I think OU comes on. It's a 2:30, so OU's 11, and then
Yeah, OU's
Oklahoma
11
State's
o'clock game. That's
2:30.
right. Yeah.
So
Yep.
I guarantee you, one of the Payne Radio Group stations is going to have it on. So as soon as you get done listening to us, go bet against what everybody says, and then listen to the games.
A little shot. That's all right. We got some updates coming up here in a minute. So
All right, quick recap on the Cows. That's what we have on the rundown. What do y'all want to talk
Yeah.
about? How bad Dak Prescott is?
I still think he's trash, guys.
He's
I really
trash.
do. That and,
Nothing
and,
happened
you know,
this week to make me feel any
And
better.
again, guys, every time I watch a Cowboys game, it's us in the group message, and then it's me and our buddy Quentin. We're just back. I mean, Quentin's the biggest Dak apologist of all time.
Oh my gosh!
And
He put
he's
something on
just this
Facebook.
He
on-
the other day.
loves Dak.
I mean that. So here's the thing: the throw to Tony Pollard.
It was
It's a terrible, terrible, terrible throw.
he wasn't catching that ball.
Never.
It
And-
was
and-
3 yards
and-
out of bounds.
And the Dak apologists are like, "Oh, well, he's got to lead him away from the defender and out of bounds." No, that ball was out of bounds at the 3-yard line. He is wide open. You throw that on a rope and throw it to Tony Pollard, and he catches it and he stands in the end zone. I mean, that's just he's not any good, guys. He's not any good. We say it every week. He's not any good. He's just not. And I got hammered because I think that Justin Herbert is if you gave me Justin Herbert on this team right now, they won the Super Bowl. And I get
agree.
hammered because, oh, well, look what Justin Herbert did, and in that fourth quarter drive, he got hit by Parsons. He throws the pick to Gilmore. He's got a broken finger, guys. He's out there playing with a broken finger. And the Chargers' offensive line's not any good. Chargers' skill positions, they're missing Mike Williams. Eckler's not 100%. I mean, the Dak apologists, they look at the numbers and they say, oh, well, Josh Allen has thrown 6 interceptions and Dak's only thrown 4. Yeah, but Josh Allen's don't mean anything. Dak makes the worst possible decisions at the worst possible time. It happens every time. And he'll do it, and he'll do it again and again and again and again. So I don't like him. He's trash. But good win for the Cowboys.
Yeah, we'll take it.
We said
So-
in our preview show that if they split out west with the Niners and the Chargers, we're good with that. Now, I'm not good with getting blown out by the Niners, but a split out there in the terms of the regular season, I'm good with that.
So I don't
Absolutely.
want to gloss over just how important this win was. And I don't mean over the Chargers. I mean, the Chargers are what they are. I mean, heading into the bye week
Yeah.
Yeah.
and getting this win, heading into the off week was huge.
Well,
So-
and like I said, you get blown out the week before. You got the
Yes.
Kellen Moore, aura
Yes.
and all those. I mean, and it's just typical Jerry Jones. I mean, Jerry Jones fashion. He comes out and what's he say? Oh, we love Kellen. Oh, we love him. We love Kellen
what's
when he
up-
was
what
here. I mean,
That's all he's
I
going
mean,
to
it's
say.
just golly. And did you guys see him and Jimmy Johnson on the field before? I mean, that was the most awkward.
I did not see
It
it.
drives
We
me
had
insane. Yeah.
I had
Yeah,
something
so
going on Monday night.
we had
had
JV
baseball.
games. We had JV games.
Yeah.
So I didn't. All I got to see was the last 3 minutes of the game. I missed all of it.
Well, I'll tell you, they made a big deal about the Cowboys' offensive line being fully healthy and fully back together and all this. They're not very good right now. I mean, they're really not. I
They
mean, Tyron
played,
Smith, he's not
so-
very good
Smith
right
is
now.
a
So being
112
back
years
together,
old.
they played. They did not play well. So
No.
the last bit that I saw, and then going through the recaps and everything, offensive line looked terrible.
Yeah, they weren't good.
Did not
They
look
weren't
good.
They got a lot of problems, man. And I read an article today that said the Cowboys are going to be buyers, at the trade deadline. I hope they are because we
I
have
hope
We
so,
never
man.
are.
We have
We're
some- we
never,
We never are.
buyers.
I hope
Never.
so.
What do you mean?
Who's
Here's the thing.
out there-
What are you going to give? You have nothing to give.
Well, who's
don't have
out
any
there? I mean, I know the
picks.
Bears
I
are
mean,
going to be
you have
in
nothing
fire
to
No,
give.
you're
sale.
right. You're right.
You're going to
The
give up
Bears are
Gallup?
be
I
in
mean,
fire
that's the
sale
thing.
mode.
Nobody wants Michael Gallup. I mean, 2 years ago, yeah, you could have offloaded him in that contract, but
Nothing.
not now.
Hey,
Nobody's gonna
speaking
have
of that, it conspiracy theory here, trying to unload him here. I mean, was there a reason that Dak forced like 12 passes? to
I
him?
know that was strange. I
What
think
was
he
up
had
with
8
that?
targets, something like that. I mean, I
I
don't.
mean, like it, and he had like 3 catches on 8 targets. I mean, it was
Yep.
insane. He just
Well,
felt like he
and,
kept throwing
and,
the
and
ball.
listen, I can admit when Dak does good things. The ball that he threw to Gallup in the end zone that Gallup let bounce off his shoulder. I mean, that was a beautiful pass, beautiful ball, beautiful throw. But I mean, that's an anomaly with him. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what we're gonna do with Gallup. That we need some help at running back, 100%. I mean, Tony Pollard, we love Tony
boy.
Pollard.
Love
but
Tony Pollard.
Tony Pollard is not an in between the tackles guy. He's not a
He
red
is
zone
not.
guy. He's just
We've been
he's not
saying
that
that
guy.
all year.
Yeah.
Get him outside. Give him space.
Yep.
He can
Uh,
roll.
Yep.
He is, but he is not a between the tackles guy. Like the three of us, we've been talking about that since August, right? You
Yep.
look at our running back room, and it's Tony Pollard, and then a bunch of guys,
Yep.
right? A bunch of
Well,
guys,
I don't
kind of
even
like
know if we have a
him.
bunch of just the guys.
I mean, so
like, I think they're a
we
notch
got
below that.
you got Dowdle, you got Deuce, and you got the white kid, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
But I mean,
that's
Deuce
it.
isn't a between the tackles runner.
Deuce was a
No,
healthy
no,
scratch.
So
Deuce
that's
was
what I'm saying is, I mean,
you
got
can't be
nobody
5'5", 150 pounds and play in the NFL.
You have nobody.
You can't do it.
I mean, other than the fullback, H back, tight end, hybrid kid, Keuchel, whatever the hell his name is, you have nobody. So you,
I think Dalvin Cook's going to be available. I don't know what you would have to give up to get Dalvin Cook, but I think he could help.
Lenny,
We've been saying this for
Lombardi
weeks.
Lenny.
Fat Lenny
me-
is sitting at home
Give
on the
me
couch.
Fat Lenny.
Give
What's
me
Leonard
Fat Lenny
Fournette
all day
doing?
long.
Give me Fat Lenny. I'll take him. You can get
I
him
mean,
for
everybody's
Absolutely.
rumored
You
to
get him
want
for-
Lenny.
You can get him for $1 million.
Get him in here.
Yeah.
Veteran minimum.
We
Get
need some
him the-
linebacker
get-
help. I mean, I'm not the biggest LVE fan, but I mean, Van
Dude,
Der
he
Esch
may
being
be
out-
done, by the way.
He's
Yeah,
hurt.
And that's
yeah,
that's
he's going
another
back.
neck injury.
Another
About
neck
7
injury. He's
for his
done.
career. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think he's
done.
done. I mean, I think physically he may still be able to play, but I mean, good grief, dude, you want to be able
Yeah.
to walk with your kids someday.
Yeah.
Let's not keep messing up our neck.
Yeah. So I mean, they need linebacker help. I think Deron Bland has not really been what we thought he was going to be with Diggs being out. I mean, you could use some corner help.
He hasn't been terrible, but
He hasn't been
I mean,
terrible,
been
no.
great.
No, but if you could pick up another decent slot corner, I mean, I think we'll see. We'll see what Jerry Jones does. But the thing is, you don't have much ammunition. I mean, you've traded
Yeah.
away a pick in the Gilmore trade. You traded away a pick in the Cooks trade. You traded away a pick in the Trey Lance trade. I mean, you're going to have to move some pieces. You're going to have to trade the Jordan Lewises, the Michael Gallups. I mean, you're going to have to deal some of these guys. And I don't know.
Speaking
I
of Trey
don't
Lance,
see
what are
any
we doing
buyers.
there? What are we doing with Trey Lance?
I don't
Why did
know.
we even give a pick for him to just sit as a third string
I
emergency
I
quarterback?
don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I don't either.
I mean, he's just
I mean-
rolling around as a third string emergency
Yeah,
quarterback.
I
Like,
mean,
what are we
yeah.
doing?
And we gave up
Wow.
a fourth for him. You know how I
Yep.
feel about that.
Yeah,
that was
I don't-
ridiculous.
It was dumb. Dumb.
I mean, in the
I mean,
moment,
that was.
I thought, okay.
I mean, that was
you know,
that was the first time that the 49ers put it to us this season, and of course, then we played them. Right? So,
Yeah.
That's
so
right.
they've
That's
now
right.
whipped us twice. Once with the trade, and then once in the game.
I mean, there's
That's
just
right.
something there. If you can't,
It
get
made
a
no
third string
sense then. It makes
emergency-
no sense now, and it probably makes no sense next year too.
Oh, he'll probably get
No, I
cut.
agree.
He'll probably get
Yeah.
cut.
Yeah,
We'll just
yeah,
waste
yeah,
a fourth round
carry
pick
him.
for no reason.
Yeah.
You know, you can't beat up Cooper Rush. That's a bad deal.
That's a bad deal. All right,
All right.
Tony, uniform vibe check. Hit us
Ooh,
with some vibes. We got some good
uniform vibe
vibes this
checks.
week or what?
So, not a whole lot. I want to focus in on a couple things here.
There's one that better be on this list, Tony.
So
One
let's
better
get
be
this-
on this
let-
list.
let's
There's
get
only
this
it's
out of
only
the
a
way.
2-person list here.
So if you pay attention to uniform vibe check enough, you know my rules, right? You know some teams that I love, some teams that I hate, and you also know that generally speaking, I hate the Cowboys uniforms, right? I hate when we roll the navy blue, the bad luck blues with the gray
I don't like
bottoms.
blue.
I hate it, right? I
You
hate
call it the
history
Bad
behind-
Luck Blues?
Yeah,
That's
dude,
what it's
we
called,
never
right?
win. We never
win
in
with the Bad Luck
Blues. Never.
Blues. That's why whenever
Never.
we play on the road, the home team, like the Skins, always wear white when we
Yep.
play them in
Forces us
Washington
to wear the blue.
to
Yeah,
make
that's
us
right.
wear bad luck blue.
Commanders, by
right.
the way. Commanders, but yeah.
What I-
It's
whatever
the
we're called.
Redskins.
The
Yep,
Redskins,
yep.
Washington.
Commanders.
So generally speaking, so I hate our bad luck blues. I'm not crazy about our seafoam green home pants.
Ugh.
However,
Show it to me, baby.
boy,
Oh, I love that helmet.
Yeah. Oh,
I
it's
love
sexy.
that
Howdy.
helmet.
That is
you want to
sexy.
love. So I mean, this is our old Color Rush uniform, right? We call these our Color Rush uniform, right? So this is our all white
That's
with
the
the
double
with the
star.
star
So
shoulders
Beautiful.
Mm.
and the white helmet. It is. I mean, it's top 5 in the NFL for me.
Oh, that's 10 out
Right.
of 10. That is 10
I mean,
out
it
of 10.
is-
That's beautiful.
It is beautiful. And if you're listening on 105.1 ESPN Radio, I apologize that you can't see this graphic in front of me of Dak pushing on Fat Mike. However, it shows just how beautiful this uniform combo is.
It is nice.
It's perfect.
I mean, the white
Perfect.
helmets, the white tops and breeches, love it so much. However,
Yeah.
that's not the focus of Uniform Vibe Check this week. So if you've been following the show since we started, we always talk football uniforms. Why do we talk football uniforms? Because they're fun, right? So we have so many college teams and so many alternates. There's always some great college football uniform to talk about. However, tonight we're going to talk about baseball.
I hate
Specifically-
Astros, man.
Specifically the Houston Astros. Now, this has nothing to do with the club, right? So we're Rangers fans on this show. We're Rangers fans where we live. It's the closest team to us. We love the Rangers. So this is nothing against the Astros themselves. This is against the Houston Astros deciding that they're going to take their jerseys and act like they are a soccer team. So if you're familiar with soccer, right? Soccer is all about the corporate sponsor, right? So all you see on the soccer jersey in the Premier League, the Champions League, whatever, is not the team name, who their sponsor is.
Man, the NBA's getting bad too. You know, I mean, the NBA's
Yeah.
getting really bad about this.
There you go. So this year, the Houston Astros took the bold move of dedicating one of their sleeves, right? So it depends on if you're a right-handed or left-handed batter, right? So one of your sleeves will be this giant, obnoxious Oxy logo. Now, Bennis, correct me if I'm wrong. I believe Oxy is an oil company, oil and gas company, and that is the major corporate sponsor of the Houston Astros.
It is. That's correct.
And the Astros are like, you know what? Hey, we're going to take this American icon that is the Major League Baseball uniform, and we're going to say, you know what? You know, it's bad enough we got a couple swooshes on this, and we're going to take this giant corporate logo and put it on our sleeve because we're going to pimp ourselves out.
It's huge.
Well,
terrible.
it is. It's enormous. And you know
It's
why they're
terrible
doing this?
and it's ugly.
It's very simple as why they're doing this, because baseball is dying. The NBA is dying. The
Yeah.
TV revenue is down more than it's ever been down. And so what do you do if you're an owner and you're paying, you know, $300 million contracts? I mean, you pimp yourself out. I mean, that's what you do. I mean,
That's what they've done here.
they don't care about tradition. They don't care about the cleanness of the uniform. They don't care about the city. They care about the bottom line. And that's exactly so. TV revenue's down in the NBA and Major League Baseball. And so what do? That's why you don't see this in the NFL, because they don't have a revenue problem.
That's right.
Major League
You
Baseball has
see
a
it-
revenue problem.
So you see it in the preseason. You see it in the practice uniforms for the NFL teams. You see it in the preseason. Yeah, they'll pimp out a logo on the chest or
Sure.
something. Big
Sure.
deal. It's preseason. Who cares?
Yep.
Right. But you know, now I've got in the other room across from me, I've got postseason baseball going on, and I'm subjected to this giant corporate logo on their sleeves,
Little
ruining
Some oxy. on it.
ruining the silhouette of the classic Major League Baseball uniform. It's terrible, right? So I suspect, it's a monkey see, monkey do league. I suspect next year we'll see more teams do this, and I hate it. I hate every bit of it. Right?
I agree.
I hate it.
I agree.
That's it, man. Just two uniforms. I mean,
That's it. I
dig
want to get on my high
dig it.
horse. I've been on my high horse about a couple things on social media this week, and this is my latest high horse. I am now getting off my high horse.
Chatty, tell us about a bad decision then. Tony checked
All
it in
right.
with two
So
uniforms.
here's the deal. The bad decisions were a little light this week too. So the 580 custom bad decision. Oh, by the way, AJ, who is the sponsor of the Uniform Vibe Check?
So I messed it up this week. Uniform Vibe Check has a new sponsor.
Boom, boom,
Uniform
boom.
Vibe Check is now brought to you by Jones Power Sports in Durant, Oklahoma. So
Great guys.
you
I
know,
bought a dirt bike there.
yeah, exactly. Chad's bought side by sides there.
Yeah, two of them.
So on Uniform Vibe Check, we very much believe in what Coach Prime said: look good, feel good, play good. Right. So if the uniform looks good, you're gonna feel good, you're gonna play good. At Jones Power Sports and JPS Outfitters, they very much believe that, hey, if you're looking good, if your ride's looking good, outfitted right, you're gonna ride good, feel good. It's gonna be a good experience. So go see my friends at Jones Power Sports in Durant, Oklahoma. They will get you fixed up, whether it's a road bike, dirt bike, side by side, jet ski, pontoon boat. They will
Man,
hook you up.
middle of the pandemic. I mean, height of the pandemic.
That's
you
right.
couldn't get anything. And my
Jones
man
Power
G
Sports
Money,
has it.
my man G Money wanted a dirt bike. We called down. He had one. We went down and picked it up. That next
TJ
morning.
hooked you up. TJ got
it
you
up.
what you needed.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Right.
just
Go-
whisper in
see-
TJ's ear. Tell him Boozers. Use the code
That's it.
Boozer. You get a free
That's
cup of
right.
coffee. That's for sure.
When you talk to my guy
That's
TJ at Jones Power Sports, you tell him the Boozers sent you.
That's
Jones
right.
Power Sports, Durant, Oklahoma. Proud sponsors of Uniform Vibe Check on Booze, Balls, and Bad Decisions.
AJ needs another drink.
I do. I'm trying
Man's on
to.
fire.
All right, so bad decisions this week is a little light, and it's brought to you by 580 Customs. If you need any custom work, shirts, they got our shirts doing. If you can see it, we got the Booze, Balls, and Bad Decisions shirts. We'll have hats, hoodies. Oh, we already have hats. We'll have hoodies.
We need
Anything you
hoodies.
need. 580 Customs. Find them on Facebook. They will hook you up. They're doing the Silo Rebel stuff. It looks great.
Great
Use code
stuff.
word
Great
booze
stuff on the Silo
for
Rebels.
15% off there, and they will take care of you. So, oh, hold on. The world, you guys hear that?
No.
Nope.
Okay. I don't know what just happened. My phone is there we go. Okay, sorry. So, anyway, Thursday night, Colorado Buffaloes, Stanford Cardinals, Stanford Cardinal. So you think my bad decision could be some part of that game, right? Well, Travis Hunter comes back, and I don't know if you guys saw this or not. Had a lacerated liver for 3 games.
Yep.
He comes back, scores a touchdown, slides to 2 knees, not 1 knee, 2 knees, says a little prayer to whoever he believes in, right? If you're Tony, it's whatever. If you're whoever it is, right? Whoever you believe in.
The Lord, son.
I mean, I'm trying to be open to everyone here. If it's the Smurf in the sky, if it's the great whatever, the great pumpkin,
Lord.
I don't care. So whoever you're praying to, so he slides in with 2 knees, and they throw a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on him for this. How many times have you guys seen somebody pray in a game? It's every game, right? Every touchdown they go down on 1 knee.
That's
It's
right.
called Tebowing.
Yeah.
That's
That's right. Yeah.
Name for
You go and always happens.
So here's the problem, though. When you play for Deion Sanders, and as electric as they are, and as outspoken as he is, and as eccentric as he is, and all the trademarks he files, and all those things, that you are under a microscope, like it or not.
Yeah.
The University of Colorado is under a microscope. I mean, they just are.
So
That's why they're the primetime game this week when you have literally a top 5 matchup going on, and it's being played at 11 o'clock, and Deion's in the primetime slot. I mean, it's the Deion effect. I mean, that's like it, love it, or
that's
hate
true.
it. It just is.
So my bad decision of the week goes to I tried to find his name, but the official
You could call out the ref.
I was going to call out the ref.
I
The official
love
that
it.
throws out a 15-yard penalty and makes it about him instead of about this kid coming back from a lacerated liver. You're the bad decision of the week. Be better. You suck. Anyway, that's all I got. Benny's bets.
Benny Betts, man, we had a rough week. We are 500. I was 1 game under 500 going into Monday night. Jumped on the Cowboys, got that. But man, it's rough. A rough week. You know, a couple of our overs or a couple of our unders didn't hit, and then we have the idiot Mac Jones. I mean, that guy. I am unbelievably
He's
done with that
terrible.
idiot. I mean, they are down 2 with. I mean, we're winning the bet. There's 4 seconds left, and that idiot takes a sack and in the end zone for a safety, and we lose the bet. I mean, it's just I've lost
How
a
did I
ton of
miss
bets
that?
like that. Oh my gosh, I've lost a ton
has
of
been
bets
one
like
of those
that over my
years.
career gambling. But man, that is every time it happens, it just eats me. 500 last week, didn't get a win. Benny Betts this week brought to you by Classic Cleaners in Paris,
Whoa.
Texas. Classic
Ooh.
Cleaners. Go
This
see.
is new?
This is new. This is
What's up, Classic
Classic Cleaners. Go see Big Papa. You guys in Paris, in the Hugo Paris area, you know who Big Papa is. Go see Casey at Classic Cleaners, 3135 North Main Street in Paris. Press your shirts, press your jeans,
Nope.
suits, ties, everything. You guys go see Casey. Go see Big Papa. He'll hook you up.
I'm trying to figure out how AJ's Benny's getting all these contacts in Paris.
So I got the hookup, bro. I mean, I
everybody,
just do.
we're airing down there, and they're calling Benny somehow. So I like it.
Everybody in Paris is jumping on Benny's bets,
So
and they're making money. And so they're making money, and they're throwing it to us, and that's what
Yeah.
happens.
I like
Good
where
news
their
is
head's at.
Benny's getting free dry cleaning in Paris. The bad news is it's like 4 hours away from.
Well, that's about 2.5, but yeah, you're right.
2.5,
You're right.
yeah.
You're right. So, like I said, 500 last week. We jumped on the cows late. We'll go through the college slate real quickly, NFL slate real quickly, and we'll get into some other stuff. But first game, OU minus 19 at UCF. There are two teams in college football that are undefeated in their games against the spread and straight up. Two teams, we're on both of them this week. OU minus 19 at UCF. It's a homecoming for Dylan Gabriel, sort of. It's in Norman, but they're coming back into town. UCF is not any good. That's an easy win for our Sooners there. Second game, the second team, Penn State. This is the biggest game of the weekend. Penn State at Ohio State. Chad picked Penn State to win the Big Ten. I mean, he is on them. They are playing great. They're 6-0 against the spread. They're 6-0 straight up. They are getting 4.5 on the road at Ohio State. I love the Nittany Lions here. And again, the bad thing about this, it's a stinking 11 o'clock game. I mean, it's an 11 o'clock game.
It's
in Columbus. Yeah, it's in Columbus.
Okay. For some reason, I thought it was at Penn State.
It's in Columbus. If it was in Happy Valley, I'd be all over it. I'd probably take a money line. But Penn State plus 4.5. Yeah.
Benny, that TikTok we watched today, how do they pronounce Nittany Lions?
I don't.
How did it go?
How did it
go?
Well, we'll send out a link to this.
Remember.
It's funny stuff.
What did he say?
Pick 3 in the college slate on Saturday. Alabama minus 8 versus Tennessee. Tennessee's no good. Tennessee is awful. Tennessee shouldn't have beat A&M last week, but Jimbo Fisher is
down with Josh
Jimbo
Heupel.
Fisher.
Terrible Tennessee.
Heupel and the Tennessee Vols are struggling. So give me Bama minus 8 there. I think they got their quarterback play filled out. I think they're in good shape. Wisconsin minus 2 at Illinois. Wisconsin's not any good, but they're going to run the ball and they're going to play defense. Illinois is just flat out not any good. They can't run the ball and they can't play defense. So give me Wisconsin minus 2 there. And then our Duke Blue Devils, baby. Our Duke Blue Devils.
Wait. Benny, hold on. Wait. It's football season, man.
I know.
You're jumping ahead. It's not basketball season.
We've been all over Duke all season.
We've been on them. We've been riding them all year. So give me Duke Blue Devils plus 14.5 at Florida State. I don't think Florida State is any good. The ACC is not any good. I don't think Florida State's any good. You're going to give me my Fighting Duke Blue Devils plus 14, and I get the hook at the half? Give it to me. I'll take it.
Who would have thought at the start of the season we'd talk about North Carolina and Duke having good football teams?
Oh, I know it.
And talk about Duke this many weeks. It's crazy.
Well, and so here's the deal. Duke's
and North Carolina
QB, game time decision. Redshirt freshman comes in last week, leads them to a win over NC State. So we cashed that ticket. I mean, it's awesome. Give me the Dukies. All right, on to the NFL, where again we're fire hot. If we just bet the NFL, we would be unbelievably hot. But we're degenerates, and we bet on Saturday too. Saints minus 1 against the Jaguars on Thursday night. I hate Thursday night games. You guys know this. I don't want fantasy players on Thursday night. I don't want football games on Thursday nights. I hate them. Hate them. It's a short week. Nobody likes it. Short week with the Jaguars playing back-to-back in London. And now you got to come home and play the Saints. Jaguars got to be tired. They got to be worn out. They got to be jet-lagged. Saints are actually playing really good defense. Mm-hmm. Give me the Saints minus 1 there. Second game, Chargers plus 6 against the Chiefs. Chiefs are struggling. They trade for McCole Hardman today to bring a familiar face back to Patrick Mahomes, but that Chiefs team has some problems. I think 6 is just way too much. I think the Chargers can hang with them, and I like the Chargers plus the 6 there. Eagles and the Dolphins. This is a big game. It's a big game for us as Cowboys fans. It's a big game for us as Mike McDaniels fans. I think this is going to be a foot race. The Dolphins kind of feast your famine on defense. They get some touchdowns, they get some picks, they get a few sacks, but they'll also give up some big plays. And you don't want to give up big plays to A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith because they can blow the top right off your defense. So give me the over 51.5 in this game. I think there's going to be some points scored there. I like the over. And then last game on our NFL slate, Browns minus 2.5 at the Colts. Anthony Richardson's probably done for the year. So we got the Gardner Minshew or Minshew mania for the rest of the year there in Indianapolis. I don't think they really care much about winning football games. So give me the Browns minus 3.
He's done, right? So they confirmed he's having
for sure done surgery.
That's what I saw.
Yeah,
he's going to do it. Yeah,
they're done.
What happened? I knew he was hurt, but I didn't know what was the injury.
Well, he had concussion problems that got him started, and then we've got some shoulder issues going on, things like that. I mean,
he's done. He's done for the season. They can. Thank you, Bruce. Bruce in the chat confirmed.
Bruce confirmed.
It's shoulder. having surgery. He's done for the season.
Okay.
And,
Yep.
and
So
so
there you go. So give me the Browns -3. They're on the road. I typically don't like road favorites, but on the road against that Colts team that's just not any good. We'll take the Brownies there. So there you go. Benny Bets brought to you by the good guys at Classic Cleaners there in Paris, Texas. Go by and see them. They press your shirts, clean your suits. Go by and see Casey. Go by and see Big Papa. He'll take care of you. Classic Cleaners, Paris, Texas.
In the meantime, we've got Bruce in the chat trying to peddle his injured fantasy football players.
I'll take him.
I love it.
Hey, Bruce, what's his salary?
So before we move into the college preview, just real quickly, talking about the Big Ten a little bit, I'm going to throw out a scenario here. The Big Ten West, I'm sorry. I was leading it. Quarterback's done. They lost somebody else. They're terrible.
I was not going to make it.
Okay, so they're terrible.
No.
They're 6-1, but they're not good.
No.
Wisconsin Badgers 4-2. Just lost Tanner Mordecai. No, is it Tanner Mordecai?
Yeah.
He's done.
Yeah.
Then you got Minnesota and Nebraska sitting at 3-3. Can Nebraska rally and win the Big Ten East?
I mean, I think they can. If anybody can do it, it's Matt Rule, right? I mean,
I love that, man.
Maybe.
How crazy would we have thought that was at the beginning of this season, that they may have a chance to rally and come back and win the Big Ten East, Big Ten West?
And so here's the thing too with the Big Ten. They're going to restructure that once USC, Oregon, those folks get it right. I mean, they have to.
They'll go away from the conferences, kind of the same way the SEC's doing.
Same way the SEC. They're going to go to the pod system, I think, and you have to, because you can't have Penn State, you can't have Ohio State, you can't have Michigan on the same side. I mean, you just can't do it.
I mean, you get the three powerhouses of the program, and traditional powerhouses. It's not like they're new powerhouses.
Yeah. Well, and I guess with the new, with the playoff expanding next year to 12 teams, I guess it's going to make a little bit of a difference. But this year, one of those three teams are getting left out. I mean, whoever wins the Big Ten's getting in, whether it be Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State, whoever it is, they're getting in. And then you have, that one loss Penn State or that one loss Ohio State or that one loss Michigan team begging, just like we see every single December, they're begging and pleading, oh, well, we lost to Michigan on the road and we deserve to be there and blah, blah, blah.
Here's the deal, though.
It's tough.
Pac-12 is not going to be there this year. And I know three of the best teams are in the Pac-12, but they're all going to knock each other off.
Yeah.
Plus Utah with Cam Rising coming back at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, I think USC's not going to escape with less than 3 losses. I don't think. I can't imagine Washington going undefeated. Somebody's going to knock them off. Oregon's already got 1 loss. Somebody's going to hit them again. They're going to end up knocking each other out, and you're going to have, it's going to be either Oklahoma or Texas. Texas has a chance to get back in if they can run the table and beat OU at the end. Oklahoma has a chance.
Spicy.
That's the game of the year in the Big 12 for sure. As long as both of those two take care of. But then you got SEC, you got Georgia, and kind of everybody else. I mean, I don't think Bama's as good as they've been.
And Georgia just like Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers, in my opinion, is probably the best player in college football. I mean, that guy he is unguardable. You can't guard him with a safety. You can't put a corner on him. You can't guard him with a linebacker because they'll outrun him. I mean, that guy's he's a big time NFL talent. I'm excited to see what he does. But he's probably going to shut down. It's going to turn
out to be a weird year, man, because you got really right now Michigan, Ohio State, and Penn State may be the 3, and Georgia are probably the 4 best teams in college football.
And we'll know a lot. We'll know a lot more after this weekend.
Absolutely.
I'm not a big believer in Ohio State. I mean, they've had they should have lost the Notre Dame game. I mean, that's just facts. I mean, they should have lost the Notre Dame game. Notre Dame just can't get it done with 10 guys on the field. I really like Penn State going in there this weekend and keeping it close and having a chance to win. But
I think they
Chad, you're right. I mean, you got those teams just beating each other up, and when you got 4 getting in, you got 4 getting in. So I mean, OU or Texas, if they run the table, whoever wins that Big 12 championship, they're in. Whoever wins the SEC, they're in. Whoever wins the Big Ten, they're in. So then it comes down to that one loss, Big Ten team potentially, whether it be Michigan or Ohio State or Penn State, versus a 1, 2, maybe even 3 loss Pac-12 champ. So who's going to get in there? You're going to get a second Big Ten team in. I mean, it's going to shape up to be pretty good. And
because it can't be Bama. We think if Georgia gets in,
can't be.
I mean,
no,
because it can't be Bama because they'll have 2 losses. Unless the weird thing is if Bama knocks off Georgia in the championship game.
Right, and
then some weirdness can happen.
Yeah, then it could. Yeah, you're right. Then you get anarchy, which is what we love about college football. But at the same time,
it's our favorite part.
And I think some of that's going to go away, next year as we expand the playoff.
No, No, we're
It's just
always
gonna
going
be
to have
teams
entertainment.
13
no,
and
you're
14.
right. You're right. There's always going to be that 15 seed that's got
there's
3
always
losses
gonna
going to be
be-
fussing. Yeah,
there's
yeah,
always
over
gonna
that
be
one
an
loss
over-
service academy team or whatever.
There's
Yeah,
always going to be an overrated Caleb Williams crying at home or crying on the road
It's a good
because
week
his
for AJ's take.
because Caleb the Bust Williams gets blown out and cries on national TV.
I knew
But
this
it's
was
always gonna
coming.
happen.
And
It's-
he did not
I'll-
play well. He did
Oh, I'm
not. play
sorry.
well at Notre
Terrible.
Dame. He
So
did
this
not.
was Tony's vindication week. Seeing Caleb Williams crying on national TV as his team got that butt kicked. Oh, it was so good. It was so good because
I'm going to
So
tell you
good.
guys, you mark it down. I said it on October, whatever today is, the 18th. Lincoln Riley and Caleb Williams are a package deal. They are a package deal. Whether it be the Bears, whether it be the Raiders, whether it be whoever it is that has the first round pick, that's a package deal. Lincoln Riley comes out this week of all weeks, after you
That's
after
odd,
you
huh?
just get boat raced by Notre Dame. You get embarrassed by Notre Dame, and he says, "Oh well, I don't want to be like Mike Leach. I don't want to die of a heart attack." The NFL is a lot less stressful than college. It really is.
Oh yeah,
So,
he's got his exit strategy.
I'm either going to retire early or I might make the jump to the NFL. We don't know. Lincoln Riley is dude. He's a
He's
snake.
gone.
He is gone. He will not whoever has the number 1 pick. It's probably going to be the Bears. The Bears are in line right now for 1 and 2. So imagine if you're the Bears and you get the first and second pick and you go Caleb Williams, Marvin Harrison Jr. That's a pretty good cornerstone for the next 20 years. And then you're going to have Lincoln Riley.
Where he's not gone from? He's not gone from the space he occupies in your head. I'm so tired of talking about Lincoln.
Will you cheer for Lincoln Riley?
Lincoln, because he occupies rent-free space in your head. So I know we have
keeps
no
bringing
time.
us up. He keeps
We have
bringing
no
us up.
time. We have 11 minutes left. We have no time. However, I want to bookmark this for a future show. So Caleb Williams came out. The reports came out
That's false.
morning.
It's false. I know what you're saying. It's false. It's already been disproved.
Oh, that wasn't true?
No, it's not true. Not true.
Well, Trey Wingo was all over that.
USC already released a statement. It is not true. Coming straight
So
from
he
USC
didn't say he
Athletic
wanted
Department.
to own a
He
team.
did not say that.
Okay, so
Okay, 'cause Trey Wingo
I want
was
to stick
all
with the
over it.
point. I'll pivot a little bit, right? So the report this morning was that somebody in Caleb's camp, his dad or whatever, said, "Hey, whoever drafts him, be prepared. He's going to want a piece of ownership of the team."
Never going to happen, by the way. Never.
And of course, I bought it, right, because it makes total sense. Because now in this new age of NIL, right? So we have a guy like Caleb Williams, Caleb the Bust Williams. He's getting what I assume is 7 figures a year in endorsement money.
His Beats deal alone is over $1 million.
Yeah, there you go. Right, so he's making plenty of money every year in endorsements in college. All of a sudden, these rookie deals, as mandated by the collective bargaining agreement, they aren't enough.
Yep.
Right. So these guys need more. So it makes perfect sense to me. Like they're going to be like, hey, guess what? I want to own part of the team.
Which they'll get laughed out of the room. That's fine. You can say that, but imagine come to Robert Kraft, Jerry Jones, some of these guys, and say, you know what? You want me to play for you? Then I need 0.15% of this. But it's never going to happen. No owner is ever going to do that.
For a guy that's just like, I'm going to use your own words, Benny. Generational talent.
He is.
Right?
He's a generational talent.
So
those aren't my words. Those are every scout in America's
it's words that you've parroted, right? So,
but it's generational talent for 10 years.
Just
you don't give up a part of your
thing. Yeah. Right. So he's got one more year left after this year.
He could come back and play USC
next year. Right. So you're right. Somebody would laugh him out, except the team that finishes last that wants him to come out of school this year.
You think the Bears are going to give that up?
No, dude, there's no way.
No.
Those guys are they're billionaires because they're brilliant.
Is a team desperate enough to say, you know what?
No.
We want to incentivize you. We can only pay you so much, right? So the rookie deal can only pay you whatever the money is. You know what? We're going to kick in and we're going to give you 2%, 5%, whatever.
No, because the Bears know the odds are.
That's right.
All they have to do is trade for the first pick next year, and he doesn't have a choice.
That's it. That's exactly right. None of those owners. None of those owners are giving up any sort of potential. That is generational family lineage in 99.9% of these teams across the country. They're never giving that stuff up ever because the revenue, that the jersey sales, the popcorn sales, the beer sales, the tickets, all those things. They're not giving up a slice of that pie. It's never going to happen. And
I mean,
and
is it true
you have
that Aaron
teams-
Rodgers tried?
Aaron Rodgers tried. That's right. Yeah,
Did he?
and the
If
Jets
Aaron
laughed him
Rodgers
out of
ain't
the
getting
room.
it done,
That's right.
then Caleb Williams.
He
ain't
tried
getting
that
it
in Green Bay or the Jets.
done.
Jets.
The Jets, I
Yeah,
think.
tried it with the Jets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can't do it with the Green
I mean,
Bay.
if-
Green Bay is owned by the community. Yeah.
Right.
Here's the deal. The only place this was going to work was the Washington Commanders with Dan Snyder because he's dumb enough to maybe do it, but he's gone.
But he's gone. He's
so
out.
nobody's doing it now.
Even the Raiders. Even if the Raiders, I mean, as polarizing as the Raiders
I was going.
are,
I
as
was
polarizing as
I
the
was
Raiders
going
are,
Raiders next.
they-
I was
you're-
absolutely going
I mean,
Raiders.
you have to, right? Even if
As
Al
somebody that
Davis,
would.
if Al
He
Davis
gets his
was
hair
still
cut with a
alive,
Flowbee, and he's still not going to do it.
Al Davis,
Al
would
Floby
shut
Davis
that
will give up
down.
5% of the organization, right?
He would shut that down, dude. I mean, it's just the revenue there is just it's so big, it's so massive, it's never gonna happen.
All right, boys.
yeah.
I'm sorry. We have 8 minutes to do our entire.
Well, I mean, you got to
coverage of this
remember we
week.
started a little late.
Well,
We
can
started
do,
a little late, so
yeah,
we still
it's-
got about 10 minutes left.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
We're
And
good.
so a couple of other college football games that we want to keep an eye on for sure. You have Bama versus Tennessee, which we talked a little bit about. I like Alabama in that game. I think they finally got their quarterback situation figured out. And again, we said Josh Alple's not any good. And then Duke, Florida State. That's a good game. I mean, who would have thought that we'd be talking about Duke, Florida State? This third of the way, almost a halfway through the season in college football. So good stuff there.
hell, USC Utah's this week.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
know.
going to be a good game. Is Cam Rising going to play?
Man, is he going to play at all this year? I mean, that's the thing.
Well, it was a worse injury than they did. It wasn't just ACL, and it was in the bowl game.
Yep.
So, and it wasn't just ACL. I think he tore his MCL and something else too. So I think recovery's been a little rough. So I don't know that he's playing this year. But they've acted like he could play this week. I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't know if it's going to happen or not.
I mean,
But you know what?
I mean,
Even if he doesn't play, they're tough enough to beat
Yep.
USC.
yeah, and
I mean,
Notre
they just
Dame
are.
exposed them, just like all those OU teams. Lincoln Riley's you got exposed. If you can play good defense and you can frustrate Lincoln Riley and you can run the ball, I mean that USC defense is Swiss cheese. I mean it just is. I mean Alex
Yeah.
Grinch is no good. They don't spend any time tackling. They don't spend any time on defense. It's just I like Utah in that game. I really do.
You got Air Force Navy this week. That's a good game.
Yep.
Always good to see the service academies.
Absolutely.
I'm just looking real quickly. Speaking of, I was going to use South Carolina. I don't know if you guys have heard what they're doing for their, Shane Beamer gets mad after the game, kicks a wall, breaks his foot. Did you guys see that?
I saw
that
that
was
he
going to
did
be my
that,
bad
but
decision.
Yeah. I mean,
And then the runner up on the bad decision, and I forgot it right when we got on here, is they're terrible, right? They're 2 and whatever.
yeah.
They are calling this month. They are the South Carolina Gamecocks. So
Yep.
ESPN, I'm not going to get in trouble here, but it is Cocktober for South Carolina, which is
I'm not touching it.
fantastic.
I'm not
That's
touching that.
fabulous. That is
Not touching
fabulous.
It's a
I
kid's
thought that
show.
was pretty cool.
Cocktober.
Pretty cool. Cocktober.
Jeez
And then
Louise.
Texas, Houston, Texas Tech, BYU's not a bad game.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Anyway,
some decent games.
Michigan State. All right, we
mean-
can move to the NFL schedule. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a good slate. I mean, and guys, it's fall. You get up in the morning. It's 38 degrees this morning. The brisk air. It is football time, and it's the greatest time of the year. We love it.
This is the best time of the year.
NFL games. There's some good NFL games this week. We are deep into the bye weeks. You got 1, 2. How many teams we got? We got 7 teams, 6, 7 teams on a bye week this week. The
2,
bye
3,
weeks
4,
are
6.
here.
It's
It's going to be tough sledding. There's a couple of really good games.
I love
our-
the Sunday noon game.
Yeah, there's tons of them. Which one you talking
Detroit at Baltimore.
about? That was the one I was going to bring up. So
That's my favorite game of the
you
week.
got
I think.
our Lions. Shout out Dane. Our Lions are 3-point dogs on the road.
They win this game.
You think so? I thought about putting it. I
Absolutely.
thought
I
about
picked
picking
them.
the Lions,
Absolutely.
but I didn't want to be a
I
homer.
picked them in
here.
my
Give me
Rachel
all the
poll.
Lions.
Give me all the
You
Lions.
like a money
Detroit
line?
Lions are winning this game. Yes,
You like
they're
the
winning
Lions
this
money
game.
line? All right,
Yeah,
interesting.
mark that down.
That's
The
interesting.
Lions are winning this game.
I don't know. I mean, what are you going to get with the Ravens? Are you going to get the team that Lamar Jackson can't miss and he's scrambling and they're playing good defense? Or are you going to get the team that stalls in the red zone and Justin Tucker has a kick 6 field goals? We don't know. So we do know we're going to get the Lions, but the Lions have some trouble and they have some problems at running back. So, you
Is
spend a
Jahmyr
first round
Gibbs,
pick.
is he out? He's out,
He's
right?
playing this week. No, he's playing.
Okay.
So you got Bonnie out.
He was limited today in practice.
Okay, I didn't see
I
that.
thought for some reason he was going to be out.
Okay, so who
Yeah.
plays running back? You got
CR,
Monty,
baby.
Monty's out.
CR25.
You got
Give me
CR25.
Craig Reynolds, baby. We love Craig Reynolds.
Do
I mean, so you want to put your hard-earned money on Jared Goff and CR25 rolling into Baltimore and getting a win?
Jared Goff is having an
Yes.
MVP caliber season.
Oh my God! Do not say that.
He's
Do
having
not
an
say
MVP
that.
1,600
caliber
yards, 11
season.
touchdowns, 3 interceptions right
I
now.
can name
Yes,
10
sir.
people. Oh my gosh! Don't say that.
Jared
Would
Goff's
you
having-
take right now, this year, Jared Goff
Yes.
over Dak Prescott?
Say the name and I say yes. Say the name. Say
Yes.
the name and I say yes.
Give me,
I mean,
give me Jared Goff.
Yeah.
Give me
I'll
dumb
take
as a
Jared
box of rocks, Jared Goff.
Well, people
Yes,
forget
please.
Jared Goff took that Rams team to the Super Bowl, lost to Tom Brady. I mean, it's a pretty good team.
Yeah. And then got traded the next year, right?
I know. And then you
did.
get Matt Stafford.
How
to go.
crazy is that?
Love it. I love it.
What other big games in the NFL we got this week?
So
MVP
I like
Jared
that the 325. The game of the week, Chargers Chiefs. We talked a little bit about that
Big
earlier.
game.
I like the Chargers there. I like them plus the points for sure. But man, that you look at Mahomes and what they're doing. Outside of Travis Kelce, and I think that's why they go get McCole Hardman this week. They give up I think they give up a 6th-round pick for him or something like that to get him back. But you just want some familiarity with Patrick Mahomes. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is a rhythm guy. He's a lot like Aaron Rodgers. In early in his career as far as his guys and how he can make them stand out. You got that Chargers Chiefs games, and then I think the game of the week in the NFL for me, Miami Dolphins at
Should be a
the
good game.
that is Eagles it's down to 2.5 now. It opened at 4. It's been bet down to 2.5. People are hammering the Dolphins. All the Dolphins do is score points, and then on defense, alternatively, all they do is give up points. So I don't. I mean, what are we going to see here? I think it's going to be a shootout. I mean, I got Benny bets. I mean, I got them. I got the over in that. But I'm excited about that. I think the Dolphins have a chance. I mean, were the Eagles exposed last week? Maybe. That Jets
Yeah, I
defense
think
is really
just
good.
sometimes that happens in the professional. I mean, they're
It
all
is.
pros.
Well, and we forget too that Jets team was built to win absolutely right now with Aaron Rodgers.
Absolutely.
Aaron Rodgers was the only missing piece. And, now he's down, and the Jets are kind of, they're a 500 ball club, but they're going to play really good defense. Quentin Williams is probably the best defensive tackle outside of Aaron Donald in the NFL. I mean, I don't know anybody that's playing better than him right now. So that's going to be a good game. It's going to be a Tua versus Jalen kind of shootout. I mean, there's going to be tons of big plays. I mean, it's going to be fun. So I'm excited about that one as well. The Cowboys are off this week, so we're just fans. We're just watching and having a good time.
It's be fun. So I got one more question. We got a few minutes left. We got to sign off this thing. Talk to me about Russell Wilson. Is he done? I mean, are we done
I
here?
think so.
Is Sean Payton done? Or is,
I think they're tanking. I mean, I think they are. We talked about the Cowboys being buyers at the deadline. I think the Broncos are sellers. We've heard Jerry Jeudy rumors. We've heard Sutton rumors. We've heard, Randy Gregory's already gone. What's the linebacker? They got a decent linebacker too that could potentially be gone. But
isn't Von Miller there too?
no, he's
No,
a Buffalo. He's
he's
a
a
Buffalo.
Who played? Okay, maybe he was
Oh.
he was in a red jersey this week. That made me think of that.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Okay.
so
what is
they're-
Sean
I
Payton
mean,
doing?
They're selling Judy. He's going to be going.
Which he's a good receiver. I mean, I know he hasn't had a great pro career so far, but he's a good receiver.
Well, then here's the deal with the Broncos. You're stuck with Sean Payton. That's a guaranteed contract. What are you going to do? You're not going to get out of that. So
And Sean Payton's a good coach.
he is. Absolutely. He is.
We
That-
know he's a good coach. We'd all take him at Dallas tomorrow.
that defense is terrible. It's terrible.
But
terrible.
I just wonder. I mean, Russell Wilson.
And what's crazy is
just
the
looks
defense was
bad.
good last year. So statistically, they were one of the best defenses in the
Yep,
league
last
last
year,
year.
for sure.
They
Yep.
just had no help from the offense,
Yep.
right? So
And
they
then
lost.
now-
I don't know how many games by a touchdown or less. I mean, by 4 points, 3 points. It was nuts.
But you fall
last
into the
year.
same trap that the Cowboys are falling in with Dak Prescott and his contract next year. Is winning one game, 2, 3, 4 games a year, is that worth Russell Wilson's contract? No, of course it's not.
Hell
So
no.
you have to move on. And where do you move on to Russell Wilson? Because is Russell Wilson worth anything at the trade deadline? Did the Jets make a play for him? Probably not. I mean, any other team that's in really decent contention is not going to make a play for him. He's not going to Miami. He's not going to Dallas. He's not going to Detroit. He's not going to San Francisco. I mean, so what do you?
Tennessee.
I mean, what do you do with him? I mean,
Tennessee. I mean, so Tanny's hurt. So does Tennessee go for him? I don't know.
which
You
I
got
mean,
Malik Hooker, right?
well, yeah, but I mean, how bad was he?
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
I
He's
mean, I'll give it up to
terrible.
Tony. Tony
Terrible.
called this on Will Levis. Will Levis can't even get on the field.
He
And
can't go on the
Malik-
field,
and
dude.
Malik
I mean,
is
he
as
looks the
bad
part,
as
but he
he
can't.
is.
I mean, Malik is terrible, and
He's
Will
bad.
can't see the field.
and
Bad.
you can't get Levis
Bad,
on the
bad.
field. I mean, that's
Yeah. So
Not a
I
good
mean,
sign.
so
Good.
So do they make a play? I mean, because I mean, with their run game, their defense, keep them in
But
there.
what's
they're-
that team?
they're-
Well, what's that Tennessee Titan team going to do in the playoffs? Nothing. Are you going to go on the road to Arrowhead and win? No. Are you going to
No.
go on the road and win in Miami?
Buffalo?
No. You know, are you going to go to Buffalo and win? No. I mean, so if you're Tennessee, what's the incentive for you to give up? You know, say a couple of draft picks and some money for Russell? There's no incentive there.
That's fair.
I mean, it's just
Any big names you think move at the draft at the trade deadline?
I like to see Dalvin Cook moved. I'd like to see him in Dallas. I think there's going to be a lot of sellers. I mean, and I think you'll see the Cowboys. I think you'll see the 49ers. I don't think the Eagles make any huge moves in the AFC. You know, it's going to be interesting. The AFC's kind of wide open. You know, Buffalo's kind of been iffy. Kansas City, we've talked about a ton. The Chargers are kind of, you know, they can't just
I mean,
get,
the
they can't stack
Dolphins might be
together
the
any
best
wins.
team.
You know, so I
Who's
mean,
the
it's
best team in the AFC? Maybe the Dolphins.
yeah, I mean, right now, I think you have to say the Dolphins.
Boy, we
I
wouldn't.
mean,
Who
still
would
the
have thought we'd
Bills.
have been
It's
saying
still
that?
the Bills. It's still Josh Allen and the Bills, but I'm teasing. I don't know. Yeah,
I mean,
really-
really,
I don't know
it's
either.
wide
I mean,
open. Yeah, I mean,
I
it's wide
mean,
open.
with the track race, the track meet that the Dolphins make every damn game. I don't know.
They're fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch.
They're hella fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure. All right,
All right,
fellas.
gentlemen. Thank you all.
You guys get your bets in. Let's get that money on Saturday.
Find us on socials, on Twitter, on TikTok at Booze and Balls, YouTube at Booze and Balls. Look us up.
Look us
Like,
up, subscribe. We need you to subscribe to YouTube. We're at 96 people. We need to get to 100 to get to our goal to 500.
The 100th person that subscribes to the YouTube channel is getting a hat from the Hard Edit Hat Company.
But you got to comment. You got to comment. We got to
Gotta
see your name.
comment.
You got to
Gotta
have a
jump
public
in
thing
there.
on there so we
Let
can
me
see
see
it.
it. Comment.
And-
Let me see it. Subscribe.
And you're getting a hat from Jones Power Sports in Durant, Oklahoma.
There you go.
Yeah, maybe get a shirt. All right. Y'all have fun tonight.
First. Night, boys.
Shout out Wiley Jack.